Good evening, everyone. You're listening to the PNE Flagship Podcast, talking today's 2-1 defeat to West Brom. Tonight's show, I am joined by Darren.
Hello, hiya.
And we are joined, as ever, from Underwater Critch.
How are we?
I think I said before the game, didn't I? I actually put this on. North End 4-1. I had a tenner on North End 4-1. If it came in, I was going to buy you a mic with that money. And yeah, so instead I'm just a tenner down the way of betting. But so if you are interested, there is a raffle on the Patreon site. So head over to the Patreon, www.patreon.com/NorthEndPod. It is £4 to sign up. You will get my match review for the West Brom game, bonus content from Critch and Darren and myself. £4, and you're entered into a raffle in a couple of weeks where you will win either the white, the yellow, well, a luminous yellow, horrible kit that, by the way. So anyway, I've just put anyone I thought about that, or the blue Spud Bros shirt. But let's get into the game. That's not what you're here for. Today, we lost 2-1 at West Brom, and I would say this game was, you normally hear a tale of two halves. I would say it was a tale of four quarters. And that was the first quarter, North End were on top. We didn't score. The second quarter, West Brom were on top. They did score. Third quarter, West Brom on top. They scored. Fourth quarter, we scored. So I think we rued those chances at the start of the game. But Darren, I think you might have a bit of an interesting take on today's game. What did you make of the performance today at West Brom?
I'm going to be really critical here. I thought we were awful today. I know a lot of people may not agree with me here. But my thoughts on this game today, I just thought that, just before I go into it as well, I absolutely hate international breaks and then North End playing just after international break, because we seem to almost lose our mojo that we've done previously. You know, we've done so well so far, but come back from the international break and it's like we're all tired. Every player looked like they were slow chasing the ball down. The defence looked slow, looked lethargic on the ball today. Honestly, the only positive, there's a few positives I could think of today, but for me, it was really disappointing. I expected a tiny bit more.
Right, I'm interested. Critch, what are your thoughts on that? Darren, a bit of, I wouldn't say scathing, but Darren less than impressed by the performance.
I thought we were all right to a certain degree. We were all right. I think the major problem was we didn't create enough, in my opinion. And I'm sure, as we'll get to, someone didn't score the first chance, the golden chance of the game. That goes in, that changed everything, the whole game. But yeah, I thought overall we weren't too bad, but just not quite at our best.
Yeah, I'd probably agree. I think I know a lot of people have said we probably deserve something. I personally thought West Brom probably deserved the 3 points, I think, slightly.
Yeah.
They just about did.
Yeah.
Darren definitely does. But I think a couple of positives are, look, I don't think it was a performance to get too carried away about in terms of negative or positive. I think there's positives to take from the game. On another day, we could have come away from a draw. Another one is we were better than we were when we were awful at West Brom last season. I think the big thing is that, like we alluded to at the top, if we take the lead, which we probably should have done,
no, we should have. Got to score that.
Yeah. A striker at championship level in one-on-one with the keeper, you have to score no matter who's in goal. You have to be putting them chances away. And we're going to be looking back at that now, thinking we could have come away with a 2-2 draw, a point on the board. But instead, he's not slotted that in.
Yeah, I know. It's like he was desperate to have it on his right foot, obviously. And he needed to take one more touch, or he needed to take it and hit it on his left. But the way he did it, I had it on the West Brom commentary, and he was like, what a save from the goalkeeper. He couldn't have shown
It was awful.
He couldn't have shown the keeper which way he was going more than he did.
Yeah.
But is it a worry this? Osmajic hasn't scored since his penalty against Ipswich, which was a long time ago now.
It's very worrying. It is very, very worrying. And you've got to think about, we keep talking about this all the time, about his court case still continuing and the verdict to be like at the beginning of November. But is it playing in his mind that much that he's affecting his playing, his game time? You know, if that's affecting it, then it has affecting the whole squad, not just him. You know, thinking of it selfishly, you know, our top striker's not performing, and we've got to understand why that is.
Yeah, it's bound to have an effect on him, isn't it? It's not fair. Like I said, we're losing him for the games, presumably, that he gets banned for, but it's almost like we're losing 10%, maybe more of him in the games that are going on in the time.
Yeah.
But I just want to take it to the top before we actually, obviously, like he missed a chance, a striker, hopefully. That's the thing, isn't it, though, where we were talking about Jermaine Beckford. Go and check out our loan podcast reviews, ratings, where we base, I think, the two of the best shows that we've done. We've had a lot of positive feedback for them. And what we were saying about Beckford is, look, he'd get a chance, miss it. But with Beckford, you always thought he was going to get another 3 or 4. And in the Championship, you're realistically not going to get 3 or 4 chances. You have to be lethal. And I think if we could have chose anyone to be on the end of that chance, it's Osmajic. But I just want to go to the top. And there was something, I know, like, there was all the giving Ali McCann a 6 out of 10. What did you make of leaving McCann out the starting lineup for a game away to West Brom?
See, that's a difficult one for me. I really struggle to understand that. Why? You know, we're just giving him a new contract. We obviously want him to stay. We want him to play football, first-team football. And I don't know whether he may have been feeling like a bit of a niggle or from his game with Ireland, but it's, you know, what was the, you know, why leave Ali McCann out when he's been one of, if not, one of the best players so far this season for us? You know, he has played well in every game that he started for us. It's, yeah, for me, it's a bit of a difficult one to understand that.
Yeah, I was saying on the last show that we did that I don't see why was started against Charlton, but I tell you what, he'll be suited for the West Brom game in 2 weeks. And I did think it was.
Yeah.
I know you all think that I don't like McCann, but I do like McCann. Okay, contrary to popular belief, I do, and I think today would have been a perfect game for him.
Yeah,
and I think
it's crazy.
When we started to lose that midfield battle after 25 minutes, I think a McCann on the pitch would have done some good. Critch, the penalty. Okay, I put a tweet out saying, how's it not been given? I think when you slow it down, you can maybe see him touch the ball. I think it's really tough to say that. I know I'd be getting battered on Twitter, but oh well, am I bothered? No. Critch, what are your thoughts on the penalty?
Yeah, I must have watched it probably 20 times, and I slowed it right down on the playback. And it does look like he gets a little nick on the ball, to me personally. I mean, it could be coming off the player. You can't see it clearly enough from the angle, but I'm guessing it did hit the defender first, and then he just went through the player.
Darren, what are your thoughts
me,
on it?
It's not a pen.
Yeah,
not a
obviously,
pen.
Like I was looking at it as well. That at the time, I thought, yeah, Stonewall penalty. Looking back on it now, when he actually makes a challenge, the ball goes where you'd expect it to go if he did make contact with the ball and not the player.
Yeah.
So it goes right to the player to the left of him because he obviously slid in and then the ball went to his left. So for me, it's not a penalty.
Well, I'm going to dig me heels in. Full pelt, full speed, none of this slowing it down nonsense. In full motion, it looked like a pen. The only thing I can think is maybe the ref. If it's in the Premier League, you get a different angle of it from both sides, don't you? So, look, I'm going to dig me heels. I want the penalty for it. But, there you go.
Well, I'd just like to say one thing. I think if it was the other way around, that would have been given as a pen. That's what it always feels like with Preston. We don't seem to get them decisions. And I think if it was the other way around, that they would have got a penalty for that exact same challenge.
Yeah. And then, so obviously we don't get the penalty. We don't make our pressure count. And then West Brom start to dominate the game. I think this was coming. I think the set pieces, I've not seen us look as shaky at defending set pieces as we did today at West Brom. But Mikey Johnson, I don't know what you think about. I think Johnson,
he played well.
They targeted small. I think they'll have watched the Charlton games. They'll have watched the other games, particularly that Hull game, our last away game, and thought, right, we can get at him on this side. Yeah. He's naive defensively, and I think that's what they did.
Yeah, 100%. And when those defenders go back home tonight from West Brom, they're going to get the wallet out, the keys out, and Thierry Small as well, because I had him in his back pocket all game. Honestly, I don't know what was up with Thierry Small today. For me, I just feel like he was completely shadowed out of that game. Obviously, they got the tactics all right today, West Brom, regarding trying to, shadow him out and cancel him out, man mark him all the time. And to be honest, that's what teams are going to look at from now on, because they're gonna do that every single game now to Thierry Small, and we're going to see it on Tuesday night. We're going to see that happening from Birmingham as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough, innit? I don't like to feel like we'll keep going in on Small, but at this level, if you're going to be naive defensively and cost us goals, which has happened this season, I know he scored in his last 2, we need to see more from you going forward. I think that's what it is. But look, as I say, I know the cliches of he's young, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, he's young and he Critch, so God bless him.
Yeah. Well,
right.
Can I just add there as well? I messaged my mate who actually went to the game, and he actually said exactly what you just said about Small. Hi, Scott. And literally, he just said his defending was atrocious. And he's been saying it for a while. It's like the teams have started to suss us out that he's not good defensively. Yeah, he's good bombing down the wing.
Yeah.
And creating chances, but defensively, he's very naive. And yeah, I've seen nothing to suggest that he is good at defending.
I wonder if maybe at these so-called tougher away fixtures, maybe at home to Charlton, you play Small. I think if Paul's fit, I'm not sure if you... Away at West Brom, you play Paul on the right and you put Andy Vuk on the left and you maybe bring Small on as an impact player. If you do find
that's
yourself...
That's a good shout.
Yeah, they get the goal, obviously. Small, a bit slow to come out. Maybe you could argue Story, but I think Story was busy dealing with 2 men. It's a great goal, isn't it?
Yeah, good goal. You can't argue with the first goal.
I just want to... Oh, man, I don't even want to say it, but I think Everson could have done better. When I've watched that back, I'm like... I thought, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, it must have been tucked right far away from him. It wasn't that far away from him. He could have done slightly better for me.
Yeah, but he did make those 2 world-class saves halfway through the half. Unbelievable saves.
You know what? I'm always a big advocate for Everson, and I always go on this podcast about how good he is all the time. But today, I don't know, them 2 saves early on that he made, I thought that the second one, he definitely could have kept hold of. I think that was definitely for the cameras, 100%. I mean, it was down to him. He had 2 hands on it. If you can get 2 hands on the ball, you can try and catch it. You know, 1 hand, I get it. But if you get 2 hands on the ball and deflecting it away, you can surely try and catch it. Surely.
I've got to say, I've done my player ratings without giving people spoilers for my match review. Head over to Patreon. I've given Everson a 7. Probably. Everson got a 7 from me. I thought I can't be bothered with. I personally don't think he could have done anything about either goal. I did look at the first one and try and find out.
The second one, he could have done nothing. Yeah, absolutely nothing.
Do you know what? This is where I'm going to be controversial here. I thought there was nothing that he could have done for the first one, but the second. There was something. The second one, was the one that I think his position was totally off. It was so much near that right hand post, and then that player just whipped it into the space. I thought he was, if you look back at that as well, he left his goal like he was more at his near post than he was in the centre. I just, but anyway.
Yeah. He did look like he had a target to pick out in that top corner, but it was a great finish, I think, for the second one. But before the second goal now, the last 20 minutes of the first half, we were really under the cosh, right? I was saying, I think McCann needs to come on. I think he needs to come on at half-time. I think we can try and win back that midfield battle. What happens is, I always say this, I always feel like at half-time, we never come out better. We always come out start of the second half. We always come out the worst team.
Yeah.
And then we'll come better as the half goes on, usually. And I think instead of not making a sub has to be made at half-time.
100%.
Or at least...
Doesn't happen.
The first 10 minutes of the game, of the second half, on 55 minutes, then make the sub. Instead, we wait till the 69th minute. They score in the 63rd. And I know we gave a bit of a fight back, but once those 4 subs come on, we go to Offia at right back, Hughes and Gibson centre backs, and who was at left back? Sorry. No. Story and Gibson centre backs and Hughes at left back. And we go to that flat back 4. I thought we looked a better team.
We did. We did. And just to come in on that as well, the subs as well, I'd like to say, again, we've talked about it before in a couple of games, Dan, where he hasn't made the subs at the right time and it's too late. because we were getting into that momentum. When he brought them players on, we changed it to that, almost like a 4-4-2. And then we were so much better. And it was too late in there. Too late.
Yeah, they should have come on earlier, shouldn't they? I think we all probably would agree that. But now I feel like this is a bit more negative than I thought it were going to be. If you want a positive review, head over to the Patreon.
We're saying a lot of this with hindsight, aren't we?
Yeah.
We've looked back at it, we've analysed it. He's just doing it in the moment, but it does feel like we are very late making the changes at times. It's like, why has he not made them sooner?
I would say last season, one of his strong points, I always said on the podcast last season, was he was quick to react, I thought, with subs. But this season, it doesn't seem to have been the case. I remember at Portsmouth away, our other league defeat, I think we were saying, why has he not brought Dobbin? I think came on with 20 minutes left. But look, we come on, the game, West Brom mix up at the back, and we've got Super Jebbo and Smudge. Jebbo, forget Billy and Ned. We've got Jebbo and Smudge taking us up this season. Mix up, Jebbo assists, Smudge passes it into the net. Rich, you're laughing. It's 2-1, and I'm thinking, right, 2-1, there's 15 minutes plus added time left. Let's have a real go at this. There's a great chance. And almost straight away, Jebison, this chance, Darren, he's got to do better with it, hasn't it?
Don't. I mean, it's absolutely awful. And I feel like I'm always slating Jebison. I know. And I know that people will really just always tell me, because I've been told before to get off his back, but at this level, you have to have at least an attempt on goal or work the keeper. It almost goes out for a throw-in. He was lucky to go out for a goal kick. It's just at this level, and remember, people, he is a Premiership player, by the way. This is somebody who's on loan from a Premiership club. You cannot be doing that at this level. Even if it's just come to you and it's a quick little, ball over the top and you're reacting fast enough, you can't do it. And it's one thing that I'll say till I'm blue in the face. I really do think we could have looked for better options than Jebison in the window. I know that Paul Heckingbottom's worked with him before and he likes him and he thinks he can get out of him a better player. There's a reason why Watford didn't like him. There's a reason why, obviously, these Bournemouth let him go out on loan. You've got to start looking at these obvious things and these people from these clubs saying he's not good enough. He's not good enough. Oh no, he'll be fine. He'll be fine under Heckingbottom.
I like him. Sorry, I do. I think there's a player in there. But
I can't see it.
I think what you were saying, I was talking to my granddad before kickoff, and we were saying this team, I personally think not getting a striker. I know everyone was like, we were getting someone the other day. I bet you gave Cannon a 5-star because we're apparently obsessed with Cannon. I think at the end of the season, look, hopefully it doesn't. I hopefully it don't, because me and my granddad had 20 quid on North End to get a top 6 finish earlier today, right? But I think at the end of the season, there's a decent chance that not getting that striker in could be the difference between us finishing 5th or 6th to finishing 9th and 10th. Because make no mistake about it, this is one of our best teams, and we will not, I wouldn't say lucky, maybe I'd say lucky. I'm not sure if we'll be as lucky to get 3 quality midfielders in, such as Dobbin, Devine, Armstrong, at the same time again. We've got to make the most of this season.
We've got to.
Speaking of though, I think Dobbin and Devine probably collectively had the poorest games in a North End shirt today.
Yeah.
I just think it was collective. It's collective issue.
Yeah.
Again, that it just looked really like lethargic, and even the people that didn't go out to link up with international squads as well, you think they'll be up for it. They'll have lots of energy. But again, they just didn't look up for it today. I really don't know what was wrong with the squad today.
I feel like we've been a bit. I ended that game and I was like quite upbeat. Normally it's me killing people's moods about. I thought overall, I think
we were all right. We were all right.
We were okay.
We didn't create much. We didn't create much, did we? Really?
I think I've seen people say, I've seen West Brom fans say best side to visit the Hawthorns this season. I mean, they've only played Portsmouth, Derby, and Blackburn, so I should hope so. But
that's a positive.
I didn't think we were maybe as good as some people have said, but I also didn't think we were that bad. I thought we were all right. We were in the game. I think, obviously, if your best players, Osmajic, Dobbin and Devine all have an off day and you still come away with you're in the game, then it's not too negative. Luckily, we've got a game on Tuesday against Birmingham where we can hopefully get back to winning ways. They got beat again today to Hull. So I fully expect us to go and beat Birmingham Tuesday night. Did Sheffield United win? We play them on Friday.
Sure.
So yeah, I think they did. I think they beat Watford 1-0. I'll have a look in a sec, but I think they beat Watford 1-0. But yeah, I'll let you two. What's your overall thoughts on the game? I don't think it's something to dwell on too much. We're going to lose games.
Yeah. But, we are going to lose games, like you say. I think obviously Coventry's still not lost the game, but I expect them to lose a game before the end of the season, or I hope they will. But again, looking back on it today, like you say, you can take the positives from it as well. But for me now, going forward from this game as well today, we must beat Birmingham on Tuesday night going forward to pick ourselves up from this, because we can't let this be the slog or the turning point now where we're doing so well, and then we have in recent seasons as well where we've had one game where it's been the game where it's declined, and it's declined our season. I don't want it to be this early on, the game for us just to be like, continue like this as well. We've got to pick ourselves up on Tuesday and be firing on all cylinders Tuesday night.
Yeah, definitely. Critch, your overall thoughts?
Yeah, we were okay. I've seen a lot of people out there saying we deserved the point. I don't think we did.
No.
It would have been a harsh point for against West Brom for them. We were okay. I think a few players definitely didn't play as well as they could. It's just one of them days. And it's not a terrible performance. I think you're being a bit harsh there, Darren. I don't think it was terrible, but we can do better. And yeah, I do agree. We must do better against Birmingham. We've got to go out there and show what we can do.
Yeah, we've got 2 home games now. I think
Millie's got to score. Millie's got to score.
Yeah, well, he scored, didn't he? He's got the winner against Birmingham back in the glory days when we were top of the league all that time ago. But not to dwell on that. We've got, right, so the predictions. I had 2-1 West Brom, as my granddad reminded me. So I'm now on 2 correct predictions for the season. I think Critch is on 1 and Darren, you're on 0. Now, look, it's 2-1-0. But what I'm thinking that we do is we go back, yeah? We do it on correct scores. You get 2 points for a correct score, 1 point for the correct outcome of the game. So we'll go back and work that out, okay? We'll come back next time with the details. So we've got a forfeit, okay? So people know my thoughts on Heckingbottom at the end of last season. I know people have been coming at me. That's fine. Look, I'll admit if Heckingbottom finishes above 10th this season, I'll admit I was wrong. I won't admit I was wrong that we were crap last season.
I'm praying.
So, England shirts, the World Cup, we're all big England fans in the summer. So the forfeit for the person who finished last in this tournament, the back of my England shirt is going to say Heckingbottom 20 or the league position that he finishes this season. I'll tell you what, I will do that if it's a good one, okay? On the back of my England shirt, I have to have Heckingbottom. If Critch finishes last, he's got to have his favourite ever PNE striker, Emil Rees, 9 on the back of his England shirt. Okay?
No.
Now, what we need to do, it's got to be done. I'll do the Heckingbottom, you do the Jeb. I'll be in Benidorm next year, won't I, watching the World Cup, and I'll have people go, hey, Heckingbottom. I'll be like, piss off. We need to come up with a forfeit for Darren. Now, I was thinking maybe we do something funny, but I've been given a bit of idea in this, and that is, in the summer, maybe if Darren finishes last, on the back of his England shirt, it has to have Jebison 9 on the back. Is he number 9? Is he number 9? I think he is, isn't he? Is he 9 or 10? He's 9, isn't he? Mans is 10. So yeah, so they're the forfeits. At the moment, Darren,
he's grown.
At the moment, Darren, you've got an England shirt with Jebison.
Can't wait for that.
We'll let you go first as you look to claw back the deficit. What's your predictions? Look, we're not doing a flagship midweek. We're not doing a flagship midweek because we don't ever do them. If you want to listen to our thoughts, head over to our Patreon. We'll be doing a match review on there. Darren and Critch, you send a voice note in with your thoughts. If you want to hear all 3 of our thoughts on the game, that's available on Patreon. But predictions, Birmingham, Darren.
Yeah, like I said before, I think it's an absolute must-win on Tuesday night. I think we'll pick ourselves up. I can see us also keeping a clean sheet as well against Birmingham. So I am going to go with a 2-0 win.
2-0. 2-0 from Darren. Critch.
I was going to say the exact same score. I was going to say exact same, 2-0.
So you're hedging your bets and going for 2-0 then to try and make sure you don't finish.
Yeah, that's it. I'll just copy it for the rest of the season.
I'm torn between 1-0 and 2-1, but I think sometimes when you get a loss like this, you want to grind out a result. I'll go 1-0 North End. I think we'll win. Right, we won't be doing an episode before Sheffield United as well. So the Sheffield United predictions next Friday night at Deepdale. Hopefully it's better than that wretched performance under Ryan Lowe at the start of last season. I'm sure that's a memorable game for Critch because it ended his spell at the club. Critch, I'll let you go first now.
Well, I was there that
game. Did you boo him at full time? Did you boo Lowe at full time?
Yes, I did. I did.
Right, all right. Then. So you're booing our manager after the first game. So Darren, you can go first. Forget Critch.
Do you want to know a secret? Do you want to know a secret, Dan?
You better not boo him. What's wrong with you? It's the first game of the season. Why are you booing our manager the first game? It's your fault we finished 20th last season. Then both of yours. I'm going first. And someone underneath these comments right now is going, will that guy with a ponytail please stop shouting? No, I won't. So, right. Prediction for Sheffield United. I'm going to go with, I don't fancy us. I think we'll get beat, but I don't want to be negative, so I'm going to go with 1-1 Hecky. 1-1.
Nothing else. You just nicked my score.
Right.
You shouldn't have booed your manager then after one game, should you?
I'm gonna go 2-1 North End.
2-1 North End and Critch.
I was gonna say 1-1. Yeah.
All right.
I can't see Preston winning 2 in a row at home. I think they'll slip up.
After these predictions, we'll switch the order every week. You can't go the same as someone else. We'll let you do it this week, but yeah, going forward, we will do that. So they're the predictions. Now, a couple of things we want to touch on as we wrap up the show. I know, Critch, you had strong thoughts on this, and that is Football League World. They're saying that Deepdale is the second most soulless ground in the EFL. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, what a load of garbage that is. I mean, don't get me wrong. There is games where I do get that. I also don't forget that text that you said or something. You said about a text message. You can do that after this.
All right. Yeah. Go on. I'll do it after this.
Yeah.
Threw me off there. Go on.
So anyway, back to the soulless thing. There's not a chance we are the second most soulless club in Championship in League One. What a load of garbage that is. I've been to Deepdale and it's been rocking before. In some of the games, the big games, and when there's a big away following, we feed off that. But whenever we play a team and they don't bring a lot and the game's quite flat, the Preston fans don't build the team up. We've never done that.
Yeah.
It seems we react to the away fans. We feed off them as well. And if they're quiet and not doing anything, then we tend to do nothing as well.
I think this. I think we were saying this privately. I know you say it's always rocking under the lights at Deepdale. I think that's a myth. I think that's a thing of the past. Because last season, the midweek games at Deepdale, it was like people didn't show up who had season tickets. Yeah. Guilty against Cardiff, by the way. But I think midweek, if whoever did this article visited Deepdale midweek, they'd probably be like, flipping out. I can see why, but yeah. Darren, what are your thoughts?
I think it's a bit harsh. Just a bit harsh. When obviously, like you say, when we've got a good game on, like the FA Cup games, especially, the atmosphere was amazing, and stuff like that. But again, it's like with every club. When you're doing well, your fans back you, don't they? But again, when you're not doing well, then you see obviously your loyal supporters and people don't turn up to games, like you said, like last season. So I think it's a bit harsh being second. I don't know. Do you know who's first? Does it say who's
I didn't.
first?
I can't read, so I didn't read it.
I'd like to know. I think I'll find out. I've looked at that article, but I'd like to know who's number one. But yeah, two's a bit harsh for us. Yeah, a bit harsh.
Yeah.
Well, I've been tagged in that bloody article. I've been tagged in that article about 5 times already. And then it's you being used against me by a certain set of football fans. Let's not forget to mention them as well.
I've got this coming up next. So, Critch, those set of football fans. Blackpool FC, who sit 24th in League One. I know I like to repeat things. Sit 24th in League One, rooted to the bottom of the league table. The Donkey Lashers. I bet you, Critch, what you doing next? 102nd minute equaliser for Wycombe Wanderers this afternoon. Are you getting your class at the gym to do 102 reps next week, as Sean said?
Oh, I'll think of something just to let them know that we are superior. I was going to do something like a race to the bottom or something. Like do a long list, and they've got to race their way to the bottom. Can you achieve the level of lowness of Blackpool? Can you reach the bottom of the table like Blackpool?
All right, so you working in a Blackpool gym at this period in time is not good for him, bless him, is it? Do you know what's doing my head in as well? Blackpool fans always reply to the comments, obsessed with us. And it's like, I'm not being funny. If your local rivals are bottom of the division below you, what you meant to do? Of course you're going to laugh at them. I would expect them to do it if it was the other way around. But unfortunately for them, it's never going to be. Because in the words of Preston North End fans at Ellen Road in 2006, in terms of us and Blackpool FC, we are superior. So, yeah. But yeah, go on, Chris.
Yeah, well, I always, they say that, the obsessed thing, but I've got my memories on Facebook, and it's always coming up like 6 years, not 6 years ago, like 10 years ago, whenever. Like when Blackpool just went above us once when we was both in the same league. And they must have been above us for like one game. And obviously they put things like mind the gap. I'm like, that's pathetic. It's like, imagine if I did that every single week. Bloody hell.
It was funny that
we've been above them for like frigging years.
It was funny that season when they were above us for quite a bit of the season. And then on the last game of the season, they went into it above us. They got beat 5-0 at Peterborough, and we beat Middlesbrough 4-1 and went above them. But yeah, look, other football news today. Forest sacking Ange Postecoglou after 8 games. That owner, by the way, that Nottingham Forest owner, just get out of English football. 8 games. 8 games. What is wrong with football fans this season? You have Rangers fans with Russell Martin, Nottingham Forest fans like with Postecoglou. And it's like, look, we get that you're annoyed Nuno's gone, okay? But 8 games. I've had Tekken bottom longer than 8 games. Looking at.
I tell you what, I was watching that Chelsea game, and I get it, you know what I mean, that it's a hard game to try and get a win from. I know they needed a win.
They played well.
They played well, but against Chelsea, you know what I mean? Again, you also needed a win. And for the owner at 2-0, just to leave his box, his nice little palace that he's made where nobody else can sit with him, you know, that little box right on halfway line, and his 2 little seats he's got, and to go at 2-0 down to get his statement ready to go and sack him at the end of the game, I think it's disrespectful. Owners like that should not be owning a football club in any tier of English football. It's disgraceful.
Cheers, Craig. But I think it is ridiculous, though, isn't it? They've had a 2-week international break where it still would have been ludicrous to sack him, but instead he's gone to himself. Right, he could have got a new manager and he'd have had 2 weeks to work with the team. Instead, because they've lost against Chelsea, he's had a little bit of a bitch fit and stormed off like a little child at 2-0 because he's got all that money. He'll be used to his own way. It's pathetic. If I were a Nottingham Forest fan, 1, I'd be fuming, but 2, do you know what? You deserve it because you're a champion. You don't know what you're doing. Anyway, I hope, I'm going to say this on rec, I hope Forest get relegated this season. But they won't because Sean Dyche will come in and probably get him to finish 16th. They sack the manager because they want better football, and Sean Dyche is going to be the next manager.
Big Sam.
Big Sam,
get him in. But yeah, we'll wrap up. You watching Liverpool Man United tomorrow?
No,
don't forget your text message. Dan.
I can't get onto WhatsApp because our WhatsApp group floods my storage, but I got a text, Critch. Question for you. Actually, it was more of a statement.
Right.
I wanted to say who it was from.
What's the question for me?
Well, no, it was just a statement that I wanted to use against you. But I'm going to ask you. So I got a text saying this from quite a big North End fan that most of you'll know, and it was this: Osmajic will never hit 10 goals for the season in the Championship.
Well, right. Whoever that fan is, I'll have them a bet that he will. I'll do a forfeit. I've got faith in Millie. Well, as long as you don't get banned.
Well, that's all part of the course. But yeah, there you go. I just thought that was interesting. Probably should have mentioned it in the North End section. But yeah, Liverpool, Man United tomorrow. You watching it? You both watching it?
Yeah, it'd be an interesting game. That I personally think that may be a turning point for United, and whether they keep hammering or not.
Yeah. Liverpool will batter them, I think, to be honest.
They will. But...
I think they will. But yeah, big game for the Brook Tavern, for Hogarth's.
Oh,
for all the pubs in Preston tomorrow.
Preston Reds.
They all come out in force, don't they?
Shout out to the Preston Reds.
Shout out to the Preston Reds.
Yeah, shout out to Preston Reds. Get yourselves on Deepdale Tuesday night. Your big days at the pub tomorrow watching Liverpool Man United. Get yourselves on Deepdale. Proper football. North End beating Birmingham. And yeah, do you know what? Let's wrap it up. It is Saturday evening. We've just lost 2-1 at West Brom. Look, positives. We're doing all right, are we? We're 7th or 8th. West Brom fans seem to be more impressed. Eh?
Whiteman played well?
Do you know what, Critch? I really wish that bet would have come in, because when you interrupt me and we have a better microphone, it won't come across as bad. I'm getting you that microphone, honestly.
Sorry.
I'm getting you that. No, you don't need to say sorry. But say if Darren does it doesn't. You don't notice it, but because it like fuzzes in my ear, and I'm like, flipping heck, it makes me jump.
Sorry.
No, you don't need to say so. Right, let's wrap it up. We've gone on longer than we planned on doing. If you want to support us, head over to the Patreon, www.patreon.com/NorthEndPod. Check out Darren's YouTube. You know what? If you're watching this right now, I want you to type in The Real North Ender on YouTube. It'll take you 10 seconds, yeah? Even though Darren's criticised North End today for once, and it's not me. Darren's guilty today. I want you to type The Real North Ender in on YouTube and hit the subscribe button. It costs nothing to do, and it helps Darren a lot. So take 10 seconds out of your day and do that. Save your criticism for mine and Critch's haircut and do that instead. All right.
We feel free. I'm there to be slated. Why not?
Yeah, there you go. We will be back on the Flagship next weekend. Interesting. I take it we're not recording straight after the game on the Friday.
Oh, no, probably not. No.
We'll calm down then by the Saturday. Yeah. It's up to you. We'll sort it out.
We'll sort something.
Yeah.
We'll figure something out.
Yep, sorted. Right. Thanks, everyone, for listening. Yep. Hit the subscribe button on our channel as well. And yeah, we'll be back later on the PNE Flagship Podcast.